Hey everybody, good Monday morning. It's Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. A very active week ahead weather-wise. We're going to have a series of storm systems moving across the southern part of the country, and we're getting to that time of year where severe weather becomes a concern. And we're going to see some severe weather to our west, and as we get towards the middle of the week, towards Thursday, we potentially could see some strong storms in our area. So let's talk about the system right now. You can see kind of a couple areas of low pressure, one over the middle of the country, one over the mid-south right now. And it's a really chilly day today because temperatures are basically only in the 50s. And we've got this northeast wind, which is kind of wedging us in with some cool air. We've got kind of a strong east wind at times. So a much cooler day today. You can see basically on the surface map, we've got this cooler air mass just north of the stalled front here. So 40s and 50s over most of the Carolinas. But what we're going to watch is this series of systems moving across the southern part of the country that are going to kind of set the stage for potentially some strong, even some severe weather towards the middle of the week. So let me show you what that's going to look like. So we'll look real quickly at today's severe weather outlook. I'll turn that on first, and you can see these areas in yellow, just a low risk today. Tomorrow, that risk becomes a little bit more widespread across Oklahoma, Texas, in that medium risk, and a low risk across the deep south. We'll go ahead to Wednesday, and you can see a pretty significant threat possible here across the big chunk of the deep south. This is where we anticipate probably a stronger threat for some severe storms for the middle of the week. And you can kind of see that medium to high risk here across a big chunk of the middle of the country, basically on Wednesday. Now you can see how it kind of noses into parts of Georgia, but let's go to Thursday, and you can see the low risk right now. And this is just a general risk. Once we get beyond 3 days, we kind of just put percentage chances of seeing severe weather. And right now, that's around a 10 to 15% chance. So we're likely going to see some kind of threat across the Carolinas on Thursday as that system moves across. So let me kind of show you how this unfolds looking at Futurecast. So here's the first system. You can see the strong front across the middle of the south. And for us, this is going to be kind of what's going to lead to a very wet Tuesday. You can see the showers developing across the Carolinas on Tuesday. Again, we're not expecting severe weather. This is going to be a cold, raw setup. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked to see a little bit of wintry weather develop in the mountains, but that's our Tuesday, Wednesday system. What I'm watching is the next system developing in the middle of the country, and that's really what's going to bring the risk for severe storms. Right there, you see it developing right here. This is the main player. There's a frontal boundary in here, which is why we could see some severe weather tomorrow across the south. But watch what happens as this system cranks up. This is a really potent system pushing off to the east, and as we go through time, you could see it moving into the mid-south here. And this is going into Wednesday. So this is Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day, the 17th at 8 p.m. And you can see this system developing. And look at the severe risk right here. You see all these isolated cells? That's a little worrisome. Those are supercellular looking, at least on this guidance. We're looking at future radar, and you can't really read too much into the exact location. But you get the idea of why we have this risk for severe storms in that area. That's kind of the area potentially on Wednesday. And then, what's going to happen is this whole thing is going to shift in this direction. So Thursday's outlook, you saw that right in there, is why we're going to see that risk develop across parts of the Carolinas. So just a heads up, it's Monday. We've got several days to watch this, but the fact that we're starting to see this risk kind of issue there's that risk for Thursday. Let me back this up one day and I'll show you the risk. Right there, that's the Wednesday risk, and that's 8 p.m. Wednesday. You could see the area in red. That's the area we're going to be watching for potentially severe weather. Just a heads up in the Carolinas. This is kind of an early, we're getting into the severe weather season. We just had severe weather awareness week. That as we go into Thursday, that area in yellow is an area to watch for potentially some strong or severe storms on Thursday. Of course, we'll have you covered here at WCNC. I will post updates every single day. I'll try to do a vlog as we get closer each day to kind of lay this out. But it's that time of year. Make sure you have a couple ways to get warnings, at least 2 or 3, possibly more. Download the WCNC Charlotte Weather app. If you do it for no other reason than to get alerts, that's the best reason, because it really is great. It's GPS based on your phone, and it is a way to get alerts. We've got 3 days. These are outlooks right now. We're in that outlook stage. As we get closer and things become more fine-tuned, we'll be able to give you a better sense of timing and impacts as we head towards Thursday.